Tony Bellew takes on David Haye, December 17th at the O2 Arena in the UK. After a shocking upset victory for Tony Bellew in their first fight, David Haye has come back and is going to try to even the score. But was the first fight a fluke or a legitimate outcome? Tony looked sensational in the first fight. David Haye, not so much. David Haye really isn't the same fighter that he was about 5 years ago. His footwork has gotten pretty sloppy, and he's lost his ability to throw straight punches. Now, he throws clobbering, wider type punches. If you watch the first fight, you might notice that Tony Bellew was beating David Haye to the punch. That's because David Haye was coming in kind of reckless and aggressive with those clobbering, looping punches, not straight punches. Tony Bellew has a shorter reach, and that was to his advantage when they were up close. Because when they would exchange, you will notice that Tony Bellew got off his shots and defended against David Haye's. All night, Tony Bellew was landing the straight right and the left hook whenever David Haye would come in recklessly. And that was all before the ankle injury. After the ankle injury occurred, it was all Tony Bellew from there. So through my eyes, the fight wasn't a fluke. There's no doubt that David Haye's injury helped Tony Bellew. But even if that did not happen, I still feel that the fight would have ended in a similar fashion. Maybe not knockout, but like I said before, I saw Tony Bellew beating David Haye to the punch every time. But now let's move on to the rematch. It's been nearly a year since their first fight. David Haye has been known to get injuries in the past. He's pulled out of many great fights that were supposed to happen. Let's hope that doesn't happen this time. Haye was a pretty decent fighter in the heavyweight division, but the key word is was. I think Haye's style has deteriorated greatly. He's only getting older and more battle-worn. His defense isn't that great neither. He keeps his hands very low, especially his left hand. I just feel that after losing to Bellew in the fashion that he did, Haye's going to come into this fight very mentally fragile. I think Bellew actually has a chance to stop him once again. But if David Haye wants to win this one, he's going to have to be more mobile. He's going to have to keep his hands up, and he definitely has to establish a jab and keep throwing it. He's also got to work on not being so sloppy with his punches. He's got to straighten them out. I'm not quite sure at how a 36-year-old fighter is going to change and improve all that much from his last fight. The only way I see Haye legitimately winning this fight is by knockout, landing some crazy hard shot on Bellew. Or if we get another stinky decision from the judges and they favor David Haye undeservingly. I just feel that other than David Haye's punching power, Tony Bellew is a much better boxer. And I think he's going to come with even more confidence in this rematch. I think that if Bellew follows the same game plan as he did in the first fight, but turns up the aggression just a little bit, he's got another chance at repeating a stoppage. But he's going to have to be pretty careful because David Haye, of course, has that punching power. I think this is a bad decision for David Haye. I think he's damaged goods, and his career at a top level is finished. If he doesn't land something and knock Bellew out within the first 6 rounds, his career will be finished for good. Now, as for my prediction, Assuming that there's competent judges, I'm taking Tony Bellew to defeat David Haye by unanimous decision. Thank you for watching. Do me a big favor and like, comment, and subscribe. Real Boxing 100 out.